you're playing with a great organization. I played with the Bengals.
Yeah.
There with the owner, Mike Brown. You have obviously one of the top quarterbacks that's going to be in this league in Joe Burrow. Tell us a little bit about him, and then I want you to tell us a little bit about Jamar Chase. Obviously, like I said, he's stepping in as a rookie. Yeah. What makes him, such a special player? Because we all saw the numbers that he put up. Mm-hmm. What makes him such a special player? And then I think a lot of his success obviously goes with that connection that he had with Joe that he had, in college as well.
Yeah. I mean, Joe's quiet. Joe Burrow is he's a quiet individual. But you can feel you can call it passion, you call it belief. You can just feel that in the way he goes about everything he does. Right. So as soon as he got in the building, you could feel that was that guy. And everyone has sort of that belief that comes with him being there. Mm-hmm. So I think just having Joe there is unbelievable. But it's not really the words. I think it's more the way he goes about what he does. I don't know how you put it into words. Mm-hmm. But
lead by example. Right?
Yeah, you could really just say that. One thing he had, we were in the playoffs and we had a ending meeting. Those meetings we have where the players lead some sort of speech or some sort of
players only type of meeting.
Yeah, and it's there's some coaches in there, but they were leading the talk going into the game.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I remember there was a saying that was on the wall that week. A lot of the fans were saying it, social media was saying, they were saying why not us? Mm-hmm. And that was coming into, I think that was Raiders week, or maybe going into the week after that. And Joe had something to say on that. He didn't like that at all because he didn't like the underdog narrative. And he was he never felt like we ever lost a game. We just sort of ran out of time type of thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So him coming out on that was one of my examples for him on his belief system. He said, screw that thing. That ain't us. That's not, we don't need to carry that with us because it just is not conducive to it.
Right.
I believe I can win every single game, every single rep, every single quarter. That's kind of his personality.
And that's where he's at mentally all the time.
Yeah. So now you see that carry out throughout the locker room.
Yeah.
And now you see, okay, that's kind of the next step because again, people always, you can have a bunch of talent, right? But if you don't have no leadership in that locker room, it's just everybody's doing their own thing. But it's I thought that you guys got hot in that December-ish into January, which gave you guys a shot to go to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Because the first 3 months, everybody's the same. Talent, injuries, everybody's going through the same thing. But that last month of December, when the team gets hot, that's when it kind of, that's the team that's going to the Super Bowl.
Do you think you guys will be able to get back to where you guys were? Obviously, you're going to get to the playoff, but do you think you guys can get back to the Super Bowl? Obviously, not putting you on the spot, but with the line that you had this past year.
I mean, with Joe, I think we had 8 sacks in the Tennessee Titans game. That was a record.
Bro, he was getting beat up.
And the only time it happened, they won. So, it definitely was a thing that we had to address.
Right.
A lot of those guys are my boys, and the situation, you feel that was all right. But, you got to be able to protect the quarterback and be able to produce.
Accountability. Again, because at the end of the day, obviously, this was Joe's second or second year?
Second year. Yep.
I mean, obviously coming
they go protect the franchise.
Right, coming off a knee injury to play the way that he did, that was remarkable to see that because he didn't lose any confidence. No. Because a lot of guys, they lose that confidence. They don't play like themselves, as once before.
Well, even in the Tennessee game, he gets sacked 5 times. I'm not a quarterback, but I get sacked by a 280-pound dude 5 times.
You looking at the rush, not down the field.
Oh, if I'm the QB and I'm getting hit like that, I'm like, yo, I'm about to address this line. I'm like, look, guys, hey, bro, for real. So again, my question: do you think you can get back to the Super Bowl? Because that's going into this next season. Obviously, that's going to be a thing of emphasis going into this next season. You guys, like I said, going into that locker room, again, you felt what it was like. You saw that playoff run.
Yeah.
Is it going to be enough? That hunger going to be enough to get back?
No, that's real. We signed 3 linemen there to try to address that situation for sure. But I think that's situational of the year. You know, I'm excited to see where the momentum takes off, where the camaraderie, where everyone's mind's at, because those are the variables that are hard to, the human variable is that one that's hard to take account for, and that comes with how people are feeling that week compared to the previous week, whether it's relationship, whether it's family, whether I think we had a lot of those things clicking for us going in the playoffs, but that's something you got to be able to
repeat if you want that to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.